What up, everybody? It is your boy DFS Up North, aka Josh Thomas from DFS Army, here to talk about my favorite props today from ThriveFantasy. ThriveFantasy.com, one of my favorite new sites to play on. It is a ton of fun to play over there. Sorry, I was just checking the scores of the Bills and Chiefs game that's going on right now. It looks like the Bills are driving a little bit on the Chiefs. There were some good props in that game too, but again, these 4 o'clock games, man, I cannot get involved in these 4 o'clock games. It's hard for the working guy to get involved in. But yeah, so there is some excellent props tonight. There's one prop in particular that I am all over. I love so much that I'm going to be hammering tonight. And I'm going to give you another one that I'm not as in love with, but I really think it has a good chance of hitting tonight in this Cowboys and Cardinals games. And I'm going to show you how I came to my conclusions on these props using the tools that we have over at DFS Army. If you're not a DFS Army subscriber, all right, you can use the code Up North. That'll get you 20% off your subscription for life. We had two guys just inches away from taking down the Millie Maker this week. One had a 6th place finish, and one was, I believe, back in 20th, but was leading for a good portion of it. And both guys used our tools at DFS Army to put themselves in that position. And that's, something that I love about DFSA is that it's a community. We're here to provide you with the tools, teach you how to use them, give some insights like I'm doing here with my thoughts on the slate. And at the end of the day, though, it's you that are picking the players, and we couldn't be happier for you when you do succeed. So use that code Up North to get involved with us over at DFS Army. And another aspect of DFS Army besides the tools is that we have a huge community of people who are all over these props every day, whether it's basketball, NBA, NFL, MLB, golf, right? We love the Thrive product over there, and it is something that we are using quite a bit. All right. So taking a look here at, let me see, I'll go full screen here. There we go. At some of the props. The number one prop that I am in love with this week is Michael Gallup over 42.5 yards. That is beyond a doubt my favorite prop. And the reason being is that that number is baked into his production with Dak Prescott. All right. If you guys were watching the game last week, you could see when Prescott went out and Andy Dalton came in, it was the Michael Gallup show. He had 2 big, long receptions. And the reason being is that Gallup's a very similar type bodybuilding player to a guy that Andy Dalton had a ton of success with when he was with Cincinnati, and that's AJ Green. They're similar body styles, similar speeds. They're very, very similar receivers. So it makes a lot of sense that Gallup would be the guy that Dalton's going to quite a bit here. All right. So I love that prop. And here is, if we take a look here at the DFS Army website, what we can find is in our research station, we can take a look here at our wide receiver matchups, and we can see what our projections say about these games. So Michael Gallup, if I'm just going to go for Dallas here, we have him as Dallas wide receiver 3, which he is. And our current projections for him state that we like Gallup for 55.8 yards. That's crazy talk, right? So 13 yards more than what we're actually getting here for a line. 3.7 receptions. The other thing that we can look at here is, okay, let's take a look at our prop finder. What this does is this aggregates all of the props in out there right now. And so what we have here is we've got BetMGM and DraftKings both at 41.5, but now we've got the FanDuel line up to 46.5. which is really intriguing. So those two things combined really get me excited about the Michael Gallup over bet tonight on Thrive in that prop lobby. Again, if you don't know how that prop lobby works, all right, let's take a little look-see here. The prop lobby, you need to pick at least 2, but up to 3 or 4 props, right? So we talked about how I love the Michael Gallup over over 42.5. All right. If you add a second one, and let's say you think that Dalton's going to throw for over 286.5, if you get both of those right, you 3.6x whatever you put in. You add a third one in there, Kenyon Drake under. Now you get all three right, you 6.2x. You add a fourth, Christian Kirk over 43.5, which I am pretty intrigued by this week. Then now you're looking at an 11x of your entry fee. I'm going to bring myself back on screen here for a second because I think that's really important to recognize that 11xing your money is not something that happens in daily fantasy sports very often. All right. It is not something that it is very, very hard to do in big GPPs. It's just, you have to have like a top 0.05% lineup. That's hard to do. It's not easy to do on Thrive Fantasy, but you are way more likely to 11x your money over there than you are on a site like DraftKings or FanDuel. So I really do love it. We do something at DFS Army called we ladder up these props. If you want to know about that, again, sorry, you got to be a DFS Army VIP. You can use that code up north. So again, my second or my final favorite one here is going to be Kenyon Drake under 71.5. And the reason being is, I'm just going to pop myself back on here. Kenyon Drake is dust. I'm going to say that again. Kenyon Drake is dust. All right. This is the Chase Edmonds show now. All right. I'm very, very excited about Chase Edmonds and his possibilities here. And I just think that spells the end for Kenny. Like, he's had so many opportunities. He went up against Carolina, the worst run defense in the league, and just got smoked. All right. So let me check out my look at some of where we're looking at here. We can check the prop finder, find out if anybody else has moved that line at all here for Kenyon Drake. And this is 72.5 combined yards. All right. And the reason I really don't like this is that I don't think that his receiving yards are going to be that good. So across the board, we're at 59.5. All right. So we're looking at, again, he's now got to get 13-ish receiving yards. I just think those are going to go to a guy like Chase Edmonds, who is the much better pass catcher out of the backfield. We're seeing 9, 11.5. DraftKings pulled their receiving yards prop here. So again, under 72.5 for Kenyon Drake. He's going to get 10, 12 carries. He's going to have to just smash his average for the year to really get that on Thrive. So again, the two props that I love this week are Michael Gallup over 42.5 receiving yards. If that line changes, if that goes to 43, I would take that all the way up to like 48, 49. All right. That's how much I'm convinced that line is, that we are going to get the over there. The Kenyon Drake number, again, 72.5 under all day. That is risky, right? We always got it. Unders happen way more often, but they just don't feel as good as an over. You don't, and sometimes your night can be over a little bit early too. So get involved. Those are my two favorites. If you've never played on Thrive Fantasy before, if you use the code DFS up north, all right, pop up my little banner here. Use the code DFS up north. They will match up to $50 onto your first deposit. So if you put $50 in, you get another $50 for free. All right. 4 times rollover on it, meaning you got to play it 4 times, but you're getting $50 for free. Sign up today. Like, what are you doing? That is free money, and you can use these picks to turn that into more money, right? So get involved with us over at Thrive Fantasy. If you want to come to DFS Army, you can use that code up north, 20% off for life. If you have any questions at all, reach out to me on Twitter. Send me a DM. Even if it's like, hey, what do you think about this prop? I'm always responding to people. I love helping out. So hit me up, and I get you set up over on Thrive, on DFS Army, or just help you out with your props. All right. Cheers, guys. Have a good night.